65 million years ago, the immensely powerful Druidon Tribe reigned over Earth. The tribe abandoned the planet when a gigantic meteor approached, vowing that they would return as the rulers of the world again as they headed into space. The Rysou Tribe, who battled against the Druidon Tribe, stayed on Earth, along with their dinosaur companions, the Kishiryu. The Rysou Tribe withstood the ice age brought on by the gigantic meteor. They placed their Kishiryu companions into the Ryusouls and sealed them in temples throughout the world. Time has moved on, and the Druidon Tribe has returned after fighting in harsh environments across space, totally increasing their powers. The Rysou Tribe that kept the Earth safe in the past have selected new knights, the RyuSoulgers. They have been revived by their mission as the battle against the Druidon Tribe begins. Kishiryu Sentai RyuSoulger is the 43rd season of Super Sentai and is the 4th dinosaur-themed Sentai. Toei is really trying to play it safe because of dwindling numbers in their sales. And when I mean safe, I mean really safe. So how did the first episode of this new Sentai series go? It was actually really good. I think a lot of people were worried because of how safe Toei was playing with it, with just it being dinosaur themed, what color the ranges are, the design and look of the Zords, and just the premise itself. It takes a lot of influence and traits from its predecessor dinosaur Sentais into this series. So a lot of people were expecting it was just going to be stale because it just used so many of those traits. But the first episode was really good. So we're introduced to the Rysou Tribe and the new RyuSoulgers. It's their masters, red, blue, and pink, bestow with them their weapons, their transformation devices to become RyuSoulgers. So we have Ryusoul Red, Ko, who would be the leader, Ryusoul Blue, Melt, and Ryusoul Pink, Asuna. So this episode mainly focuses on Ko. You don't get a lot from Melt and Asuna. Ko, he is a slightly immature-ish, motivated person. Although I've seen a few people note he does have a good serious look, so it's a bit of a contrast that he's immature with a serious look, but he will probably develop throughout the series. While with Melt and Asuna, like I said, you don't get a lot from them. Initially, it seems like Melt would be the cool-headed, calm brains of the group, and Asuna is going to be the while looking like the cute girl, she's actually supposed to be like the brawler. She's actually the strongest of the trio, as Ko describes. She has brute strength and she hates the fact it's regarded as such. So she's incredibly strong, but hates that people pointed out to her that she has brute strength. So we're introduced to RyuSoulgers. We're introduced to their masters, who are also still technically RyuSoulgers as well, which is something you don't see a lot with Sentai, where they clearly say these are the predecessors. They were rangers themselves, but they've passed on their powers to the next generation, to their successors. And usually when that happens, they always seen fighting in civilian as just civilians. They're not transformed. But with this one, they're still transformed, but they don't have the same weapons. They just use a basic sword, and they don't have the transformation changes on their wrist as well. So, and Ninja did something similar with Aka Ninja, with the three of those, the grandfather, the father, and the current Aka Ninja. But like I said, usually when they do that, they don't always show that the predecessor still has the power. It's more of they've moved on, but they're still fighting as just civilians. And introduced to the Druidon Tribe, the antagonists of the series, as mentioned in the description. They used to be the rulers of Earth before they left because of the mass extinction that was happening on Earth, the gigantic meteor hitting it. but they've returned to try and reclaim the planet. You don't get a lot from the villains. That you just get their basic plans. They just want to come back and rule the earth. And same with the RyuSoulgers. Their motivation is mainly to stop them. They're to stop the Druidons from taking over the earth again. So, pacing with the episode, it is a bit quick as it tries to pile in like a lot of these things. Like here's the RyuSoulgers, here's their masters, here's the Druidons, here's the protagonist and the antagonist's initial plans and motivations, etc., etc. Here's how all of it kicks off. While the pacing was quick, it didn't feel like it was too exposition-y. It didn't feel like all of this information was just being shoved into my face. Despite the quick pace, it had a nice flow to it. And I will say the highlight of this episode is definitely the mech, the Zord. Kishiryu, I think it's Kishiryu 3 Knights is what it's called. So the main combination of the red, blue, and pink's mechs. My god, the fight scene in that is really good. Mainly because it doesn't use a lot of CGI. It's all practical effects and stunts, all that, because they have a new suit actor, the one who would always be the primary suit actor for that. He retired, and he was doing it for years and years and years. He was a legend, and he decided to retire, so they got a new suit actor. And I think it helps that the suit itself is not really that bulky, as usually when you see them try to move with like any of the previous Sentai, you can kind of see it is slightly not that difficult, but it's bulky in the way that they move. It's a bit stiff, but with this one, there's a lot of slight flexibility and movement with the suit. So hopefully we're getting a lot of good action scenes with the mechs. And I like how the main monster, the Minosaurs as they're called, that the Droidons are creating, it has a Godzilla feel to it. Like when it's introduced each time in the episode, it has this kind of like Godzilla kaiju fanfare playing music when it appears. You know, very Godzilla-like. I mean, it pretty much what looked like Godzilla in a way, just with a few extra more spikes to it, and more dragon theme, because it's based off a dragon. But I wonder if that was intentional or coincidental that it had a Godzilla feel to it. So I'll definitely give it props there. So overall, good episode. Could have done better with developing of the characters, particularly Melt and Asuna. We didn't get a lot from them. We did get quite a bit with Ko, a good chunk with Ko. So yeah, apart from the pacing and a little bit of character development, overall it was a really good episode. I really didn't go in with any expectations, but I really enjoyed this episode. Hopefully it keeps it up. I'm definitely going to be watching more. So thank you all for watching. I'll see you all next time. 正義に使え闇を立て走る